part 2. So we have some beautiful glades in the area, but the waterway is heavily polluted. This should be clear water, and there should be lots of marine plants down in there. There are insects. Got some insects going on. Very nice, beautiful place. But the water, as you can see, is dark brown and extremely turbid. It's carrying a lot of something, not quite sure what it is. I have photographs taken just a little while ago of foam forming on the surface. We're gonna have to take a look into that because there's been heavy PFAS contamination around here and other contamination. There is known to be organic mercury in the waterway. Now I'm looking at something here. Here is a cable. Let's take a look at this cable. This cable is, I can't tell if it's wrapped all the way around that, but it is jammed in that branch. We're going to come this way and go this way and this way. And here we see that it can potentially, it goes into the grass, okay? And this is along a trail here on the edge of the river. And then it's tied up over here around this tree. So I don't know what was going on, but we're gonna have to come back and take care of that as well. So, okay, PFAS contamination, lead contamination. PCBs were in the area, but we don't know. We don't have any way to reasonably, with a reasonable cost, test for these items. It's not like we have a whole lot of dough to take care of that. So we are in the process of learning how it is done. And then after that, we plan on getting the materials necessary to do it ourselves because we're not going to wait for anybody anymore. Now, also along the Lower Rouge and along this waterway, in the 1950s, they decided that the cheapest way to deal with sewage was to run the sewer lines alongside the river. So every time the river comes up, it can get inside the sewer lines, and of course the sewer lines can pour its material out into the waterway. So you're seeing a lot of E. coli in there. And here, of course, appears to be a manufactured board floating in the water. Can't see exactly what's going on there. Actually, that might be a natural wood, but now up to the left, you can see a small area where material is sticking out into the waterway. We're not seeing a complete coverage right now, but there has, and that does appear to be some sort of construction, maybe a railroad tie, because those are in abundance around here. And again, you can see it's a beautiful wild area, and this is right in the middle of a city. So we're taking the next step to clean this up so that it can be accessible. I'm walking along a deer trail right now, and we plan on making it into a person trail, a people trail, and then enable someone who is disabled, you know, riding in a wheelchair to get down here and take a look at this stuff. So that's the main goal, and we want to make it easy for people to come in here, but we don't want to destroy the thing, you know? But then again, look at what we're going to be correcting. So we don't want to destroy the thing. We want to bring it back to its original and natural state. It supports at least 2 species of deer here, and perhaps 3. The problem is that the poisons and the sewage were decided on a long time ago by folks that did not plan too well for the future. And they left the problems up to us. The main problem is, they didn't tell anybody. They left the problem up to us. So now we know, and it's time to clean things up. So we're not only cleaning things up here, we're cleaning them throughout our city. Make this the cleanest city in the world. So as you can see, this is a pretty deep area, and we're right in the middle of a city of 17,251 people with a population surrounding us of more than 1.5 million. And there are large deer in here, there are coyote pass by, lots of birds, and we do get waterfowl. Gonna make one last go at the bank of the river because it comes up high on this side. And I believe our path is clear before us. That's kind of a joke, I guess. I don't know. But we can get down this way as soon as we get to the next path that is open. Now we see some of the development that's quite close along the riverbank. And unfortunately, along with the development comes grass. So the rain comes down, flows down the hill, and heads right into the river, carrying all their insecticides and pesticides, fungicides, which they apply liberally right down into the river. Now, there's reportedly fish in there, but I have to tell you, from direct observation, I haven't seen many of them. Okay. Now, the way to study them has also been a little weird, because the last time they did a study, they came down and, using an old-fashioned method, they electrified the water, stunning the fish, but actually killing a whole lot of things. And amazingly, there's a rare turtle that lives around here, and they could have possibly killed the brood, because they did it at that time of year when the babies would have been coming out. And what I'm bringing out here is not just to complain about that one item, but to state that investigatory practices need to be updated. So here's the path. This path was put in here a long time when the building behind us was built. And this is going to take us right down to the water's edge. So you can see, efforts at clearing the path included cutting the logs and then throwing them on the side of the path, which kind of changes things around. But thankfully, here we go. This is what I wanted to show you guys. And there is a partial dam across the river, right? What's good about that is that it provides habitat for the fish and other creatures that would reproduce here if they were here. And we're going to see about bringing them back. So there they are. There you have that. And then here we have a better idea of what's going on. So there, earlier we were seeing a dark blue version of this creature. Can't get a good close-up of it because it's way down there, but here's a green version. So we have a variety of creatures, but not the variety of creatures that was here originally. So again, well-meaning volunteers will come down here and cut this thing up and move it out to make it what they refer to as a navigable river, but this is not a navigable river right now. In the past, the level of the river was likely 10 to 15 times higher than this, and it was navigable. But that stopped being the case when it was all cleared out and the work was done for the sewage drainage, and the water is flowing through here at a higher rate than it normally would. And to the west of us, there's a large water system that takes care of surface waters from roadways and things. And they release when they want at odd times, changing the temperature and nature of the river throughout the year. So that's a problem as well. So as natural as this seems right now, there's a great deal of human impact on this that is affecting the waterways, that is affecting the wetlands surrounding this area, because, as I mentioned, the river was higher than this. So all those folks up there that built along that edge, they're essentially built on wetlands. And that was a long time ago, but because they did it, they have something called the grandfather clause. I don't know what that's all about, but what it essentially means is that because it was there before, they're not going to change it. But we can see what type of landscape there was if that was down at the bottom of the river at some time across from us. Wide open in the back with meadows interspersed with hardwoods and some evergreen trees. Thank you.